Lions TV. I don't know what to say after that, seeing I'm not doing a pre-match or a post-match. I wanted to cover a few of the things maybe that I said in the last video. Obviously, we've had what Aris has said coming out after that about the fans, and sometimes it's good to elaborate on the things that you say, your opinions and stuff like that. So that's what I want to do. I was been chatting to Dan, and Dan said to put it in a video. So after the Coventry game, I'm still fuming about it. I'm still so angry about it, and I'm trying to figure out why. Because when you look at it, you know, as we said, we were, I can't remember now, 8-9 unbeaten. We played Coventry. Yes, we had a depleted squad. The weather conditions weren't that great. You know, and as a Millwall fan, you can look at it and go, well, why am I so angry with what I'm watching at the moment when the form is good, essentially? I think what the problem is first and foremost, none of us are football managers. I coach at an extremely low level, you know, so my opinion sometimes is near on invalid. I just do videos for YouTube. But also, I am a paying customer, and I do follow my team up and down the country, so I think I'm always entitled to an opinion. My problem isn't with Harris as such. I'm fucking fuming with him that he's decided to come out and call Millwall fans, you know, thickos, to a point. And I'll tell you why. Because at Oxford, he had a perfect opportunity to stand in front of the crowd and tell them all to fuck off. And he didn't. He walked away shaking his head. But he was all right to do it, you know, standing behind a camera or whatever he was doing, talking to a thingy. Which, okay, that's what we do, but that's the only option that we actually have. I'd quite happily sit in front of Aris or something like that and tell him exactly what I think if I was ever given the opportunity. But Aris has plenty more opportunities. He's also paid to do his job. So, look, when it comes to the lineup, me, along with plenty of other Millwall fans, think the lineup's wrong. He will argue with that, and that's not a problem, because he'll argue with it on the basis of we were 9 unbeaten with that lineup, etc., etc. So don't change something that doesn't need fixing. You know, don't change it. And I do understand it to a point of view. However, if you're a Millwall fan like me, which, you know, I'm not saying that I don't have aspirations of going into the Premier League, because I know for a fact if we went there, we'd come straight back down. But there'd be nothing better than, you know, going to the Anfields, the Old Traffords, and places like that to experience it just once. But I don't expect my team to be, you know, in the top 2, being better than the likes of the Leeds, the Burnleys, and things like that. But what I do expect watching my team is what we call a Millwall performance, which is something that Aris absolutely, right at the beginning of his tenure, of his second tenure, was all about. A gritty determination, all effort, leave it all on the pitch, blood, sweat and tears for the shirt, and we go at teams and we give it a go. And that's what he'd done to start off with. And these performances, for me, the last 2 in particular, you know, you can say the writing was on the wall, really, from the last 3-4 games. But, you know, I'd say we've got away with one, really. But we're looking for them type of performances. And Oxford was a really, really poor performance. First half and second half especially, but the first half was poor as well. And in the Coventry game, we just didn't give anything. Now, and I do think that the reason why that is because we're set up wrong, firstly, and it doesn't matter when Harris is talking about, well, you know, we had players missing. When you have Jake Cooper missing, you have Japhet Tanganga missing, and Rome Esse missing, you're going to lack that creativity. Well, the thing that I don't get with that, and I'm not buying from Harris, is that 2 of them players are centre-backs. And excuse my sarcasm, but I never knew that 2 centre-backs were so pivotal to the creativity in our team. Right, when I'm looking at the likes of S.A., Imaku, Aziz, Langstaff, Ivanovic, Bradshaw, even Watmore and Honeyman to a point, Dinor. I didn't know that Tanganga and Jake Cooper were so important to the creativity side of our team. You know, and I know I might be being petty. SA 100%, I agree. And as we've all said, SA would be 10 times better in a 10. I think I know why he plays Honeyman in a 10, because Honeyman will be a 10, a striker, and a centre midfield. He does the work. However, when we're talking about creativity, let's talk about Honeyman in a 10. You know, it's not his fault. I don't think he played that bad against Coventry in the first half. When he was doing defensive work, I thought he was really good, breaking up play, making tackles, and I honestly think that really we should be looking at maybe sticking him in that place instead of Saville, because Saville's legs look gone. He just looks old now, you know, and I think he could still do something for the team. But if you put Honeyman in that centre mid role instead of Saville, and you know, I don't know, you put this would be my top 4. My top 4 would be Imaku, SA, Aziz, then either Langstaff, Bradshaw or Ivanovic, because he's going to go with that formation against Sheffield United, and in my opinion, rightly so, he should go with that formation against a team like Sheffield United. But against Coventry, you should go against, you know, a more attacking, be more attacking your own, you know, go at them. I don't have a problem with Harris. I know there's a lot of people now that are Harris out. Yeah, we do have to look at the form. We are a mid-table side, you know. I'm not expecting anything more than that, and if it is, it's a bonus. However, I do believe that if we get back to them strong, gritty Millwall performances, go at teams a bit more, set up a bit more attacking, then we will get more out of games. All games have been, you know, your 1-0s, your 1-alls and stuff like that, and that's because we then start sitting back. And it's the reason why I think as well, people especially like me, that was a completely against the likes of Gary Rowett, is because this is how Gary Rowett set up, and this is what Gary Rowett was doing, and this ended up being Gary Rowett's downfall in the end. And even now, Harris says things like moments, which is something exactly what Gary Rowett used to say. So, you know, look, what we're looking for here is a little bit more energy, which we had at the beginning of the season, a little bit more fight, you know, a little bit more in your face, and create more opportunities by being further up the pitch. Stop being so far back and worrying about what other teams are doing, because that's what we're starting to do. I understand it from a manager's point of view. Try and protect your form. Managers are always going to look at it differently to fans. You know, that's their job. Their job is to try and get results, and they're going to try and do it in the way they think is the best way to do it, but also to make it more safe for them. So try and get a result safely. It's easy for me to go, right, I want it 4-4-2. And, you know, we're just going to go at teams. Forget about the cracks at the back that we might create. Let's just go at them. So I understand why formations are sometimes more edgy, and more protective of our own goal than what it is going forward. But something has got to change. So Harris, I don't have a problem with you calling us names. It's in the nature, right? But don't do it behind a screen. You know, next time at Oxford when you're getting booed, tell us all to fuck off, right? We'll respect you more for that. You know, don't do it behind an interview and stuff like that. It's just poor from you. But yeah, I'm hoping I cleared that up. A little bit of viewing, and look, let's go to Sheffield United and let's try and get something out of the game. If we set up the way we set up on Saturday, I understand against teams like Sheffield United, but against Coventry, you know, we should have been pushing hard. But look, now everyone's calmed down. Now everyone's a little bit happier. Everyone's getting ready for Christmas. I don't want my video that I did on Saturday to look like this is a Harris hate video. I don't want to endorse Harris out, people, because I'm still happy with him at the moment. I'm just fuming with what he's doing, and I'm hoping that he will start to make changes and really push us on. Remember that Harris's legacy is always, or it's been a Millwall legacy for ages actually, that we don't usually start pushing on until after Christmas. And if that's the case, we're in a very good position to challenge if we're good enough to go for that. So look, let's all not get too wrapped up in it. Let's support the gaffer. Let's look at what he has done, and let's hope that he can change a few things in that midst, and we can push forward. If not, me and Dan are always happy to come and run Millwall and show you how it's really not done. Come on, you Lions.